Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. If you're new around here, my name is Ryan Ramakrishnan. I post videos regularly talking about things gaming, movies, and TV show related. My favorite thing is gaming. While we do have PlayStation 5 and Xbox Scarlet, or whatever it will eventually be called, coming out next year, it looks like the last holiday season on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One is going to be awesome. And of course, this holiday season will also be including some of the most exciting titles for the Switch and PC. So without any further ado, I'm not going to waste any more time with this introduction, guys. We're gonna dive right in as I get excited with you guys talking about what I'm looking forward to the most starting in September in the world of gaming. So real quick, guys, before I start talking about what I'm excited for this fall, I do want to give an honorable mention type of thing or a shout out to some of the August titles, because these are some great games coming out that are not out yet, obviously, so I don't want to just miss them as I talk about what I'm excited for. So a little bit of a shout out to games like Control from Remedy or Platinum Games' Astral Chain, two awesome looking action games coming from developers who know how to make really cool and stylish action games in their own rights. And I'm also really excited for the likes of Blair Witch and Man of Medan, specifically the latter, as the developers over at Supermassive Games really made me fall in love with Until Dawn. So I'm super excited for some of those. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you're going to be playing this August. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's dive into the video.
Are we the hunters or are we the prey?
Okay, so looking into September, the month of my birthday, the first game coming out that I'm interested in is Gears 5. I'm not the hugest Gears fan, but I do like them a lot, and I have played all of them up to 4. I don't know why I haven't played 4 yet. I'm gonna get to it very soon. So Gears of War is a lot of fun. I think that those are just like really awesome third-person shooters, and there is some pretty interesting story to tell as well, and I think Gears 5 is no doubt gonna be good. It might not be a must-play for me, but I'm definitely excited for it. The real title that I'm excited to play this September is The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. As somebody who has always appreciated the Legend of Zelda games, though never beaten them, I'm always excited for a new one. And I think that A Link Between Worlds was really awesome in recreating the magic and the iconic feeling that you got from playing A Link to the Past. And I believe that Nintendo's about to do the same thing with Link's Awakening's remake. This remake for the Game Boy Classic looks really good, adorable visuals, and just nice looking style. And the game looks like it's gonna be as much fun as it always was, but now looking more polished and honestly more delightful than ever. And I'm actually stoked for September 20th so I can play another Zelda game. And that honestly kind of does it for September. While games like Borderlands 3 are gonna come out and a lot of people are gonna be all over it, I'm not really a fan of Borderlands, so I don't really care so much about that. And there's some other titles coming out that month that I'm really not going to be worrying about. But like I said, the main thing for me is The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, honestly. Okay, so moving right along to October, early October that is, there are a couple games that I'm really looking forward to, and the first one is, of course, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I think that Ghost Recon Wildlands was a really good game in terms of fun gameplay, and honestly, I had a good time with it, though it was not perfect. It had some flaws. I overall really enjoyed my time with it, and I'm excited for this because of, well, for many reasons. For starters, I think that Ghost Recon Breakpoint has a really fascinating looking story to tell. I'm really excited for the realistic approach to gameplay, hoping it's not like borderline unfun because of it. You know, in some ways Red Dead Redemption 2 did that, where it was like a little less exciting because you actually had to be so realistic with it. But I think that Ghost Recon is going to do some really interesting and honestly ambitious things, and I'm super excited for Ubisoft's next entry in this series because I think it looks super ambitious and honestly like a really good time.
We are wolves.
And a few days later, we're going to be getting Concrete Genie. This PlayStation 4 exclusive was sort of under the radar ever since it was announced. Though it has been given a couple of trailers and some attention, I feel that people were not talking about it as much because, you know, we have games like The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, and all them. However, Concrete Genie does look pretty good. It looks kind of like charming, and it looks like a unique game. Stylish looking visuals. The main draw is a very artistic approach. I think that Concrete Genie is probably going to tell a really heartfelt story, and I think that'll be really cool to sort of have a creative vision within the game, something different, something fresh, and I'm probably gonna end up playing it.
If I leave now, that darkness will just come back here. I can't let that happen.
Now, the 25th of October is kind of that huge day, that huge fall release day for gaming. You know, in October, we always get a lot of games, and the 25th has 3 titles releasing: Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Medieval, and The Outer Worlds. And while The Outer Worlds does look like fun, it looks kind of awesome in many ways. Looks like it could be a very fun time, funny, having some really interesting choices you can make in there. I don't think The Outer Worlds is necessarily for me, though I will probably end up giving it a chance at some point.
Someone who could be a villain or a hero.
Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Here, hope this gun serves you better than it did me.
Or a psychopath.
Honestly, the game coming out that day that I'm gonna play for sure is Call of Duty. I think that Call of Duty is a series that, despite having many flaws and just shortcomings and sort of losing its momentum over the last few years, is still a good series. The shooting has never felt better, and all of the fun, action-packed shooting gameplay within its multiplayer is always great, and I'm also super excited for the campaign.
We get dirty, and the world stays clean. That's the mission.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare is a game that I recently revisited in the remastered form, so I can finally complete it because I never had done so in the past. And it's really good. Honestly, the Modern Warfare series is some of peak Call of Duty, so I'm actually really hyped for this reboot of sorts where we get to see Call of Duty have a fun and honestly very serious, very story-driven, very powerful campaign. I think that there's going to be a large emphasis on narrative, a large emphasis on, realism and like the intensity of war and stuff, and I'm actually genuinely excited to see that campaign unfold on October 25th. And conveniently releasing on Halloween is Luigi's Mansion 3. While I've never played Luigi's Mansion, nor did I play the sequel Dark Moon, I am interested in Luigi's Mansion 3. Though I don't know that it's a game I'm going to pick up right away, I think it's something that I would probably like to give a chance to. I know that Luigi's Mansion's different, it looks like it's charming, it looks like something just fresh in terms of the games we have coming out. I can definitely see myself giving it a shot, though it is not necessarily my most anticipated game of the month. I would say that that title probably goes to Call of Duty Modern Warfare, honestly, because I just am so excited for the campaign, and I know that the Modern Warfare games have pretty much always been great, and I'm excited for more of that greatness. So now it is time to talk about November, the other month that is almost always known for having huge game releases, and in all honesty, November is full of at least a few games that are like top of the line, most excited for me, and we're going to start off by talking about the first game coming out that month, and that is Death Stranding.
Don't worry. It's okay. I'll always be with you.
Death Stranding coming from Hideo Kojima, a guy who created some of the most awesome games that I've ever played, being the Metal Gear Solid series. Hideo Kojima is a really interesting guy. He makes really wild and crazy games, and I'm super excited for this because Death Stranding is unique. It is something like we've never seen, at least it seems that way. Death Stranding is a game that has multiple trailers out there that are somewhat long. Some of them are upwards of 10 minutes, yet it still seems we don't know that much about it. It's confusing in the best way possible because it's exciting to see just what Kojima has in store for us.
It's all to safeguard the continued independence of Edge Knot City. They want the UCA to leave him be.
Who are these assholes again?
Homo Demons. Militant separatist group.
I've heard of them.
I think that the game is just going to be so unique and different and probably tell a provocative story and probably be weird and possibly scary. And I just hope that it's fun. I mean, it could end up not being fun. That's my only real concern besides the story making absolutely no sense. But it's kind of exciting the same way just to see what this narrative is going to be. And like I said, Kojima, anything he can make, I'd be excited to just give a chance. So I'm actually really, really interested in Death Stranding. Gradually, I've gotten more and more excited for this. So I'm going to definitely be playing it on day one. And then there's another day that I'm just so excited for, and that's November 15th, 2019, a day that I hope I'm not working because we got Star Wars and Pokemon coming out on the same day. So let's talk about Star Wars for a minute.
Hey,
Imperial sap refinery lies dead ahead.
What does the Empire want with tree sap?
Nothing good. They refine the sap into a powerful compound, and they're rushing to expand production.
EA has not necessarily done an amazing job with the IP. This is a world-renowned license like few other, and I don't think that Electronic Arts has necessarily delivered with their Battlefront games, though I almost have no doubt in mind that they're gonna with Respawn Entertainment and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, a game that is all about the single-player adventure, a narrative-driven game, one with no microtransactions, loot boxes, or any of that, one that is going to be a bit of a Metroidvania, a third-person action adventure game with open level design and all sorts of awesome ways to take on enemies, using the Force, using your lightsaber and whatnot, having some really incredible ways to move around. These guys made Apex Legends and Titanfall, and more importantly, Titanfall 2, games that have awesome shooting and awesome movement, and I think that I am really going to love this game. I think that it's going to deliver. I think that it's going to be a lot better than the Battlefront games. I can't wait to see what they do with Star Wars. And releasing on that same day is Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield versions. These Pokemon titles are the next generation, and that is why it's exciting, because it is just always a really cool and fun time to go into a new generation of Pokemon. See all these new designs, see all these new areas to explore in the region, and so much fun to be had with that exploration with all the new gym leaders and whatnot. This beautiful looking Galar region, which is based off of, I believe it is the UK. I think it looks awesome and very, very nice visually, though it's not quite exactly where I want it to be yet. I think that Pokemon is certainly improving in how they look now that they have this 3D game on the Switch. I'm just super ready for more Pokemon. I mean, I've certainly been in the mood lately for Pokemon, and I'm glad that we're finally going to be getting it. Whereas Let's Go was like certainly an amazing palate cleanser, Sword and Shield are where it's at. And hopefully I'll have some money left for Doom Eternal that month after buying those games, because Doom Eternal is literally looking incredible. I mean, Doom Eternal is a day one purchase for me no matter what, because Doom 2016, as it's often called, you know, the last Doom game, was a blast to play. I mean, quite literally, it was excellent. It was action-packed, super fast and fluid, intense, violent, and one of the most awesome feeling games to play. You felt like a badass the whole way through. It was a power trip, and honestly, Doom Eternal looks bigger and faster, more violent, more action-packed, and better than ever. Doom Eternal is going to have so many more cool ways to move around the map, so many awesome weapons, like a sword, for example, and it just looks like more of the same, but bigger and, you know, high-octane levels of action that Doom did in 2016. And I cannot wait for Doom Eternal on the 22nd of November. So honestly, December doesn't really have a lot of games scheduled right now to come out. Of course, that may change, you know, with Gamescom and whatnot. Maybe we'll get some more release dates. Maybe we'll get some surprise announcements and reveals. But December's quiet, and honestly, the only game that apparently is coming out that month that I actually might play is Ancestors. So Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey will be dropping this month, August that is, on PC. However, in December, it's coming to console, and I'm not a PC gamer. I will certainly give Ancestors a chance one day, though I don't know that it's a day one purchase for me, per se. Although it does look pretty interesting and compelling, and I'm honestly pretty curious to see how this story unfolds. Other than that, it's kind of a quiet looking month right now. December's often usually a little more quiet than September through November. So now that I've given you a rundown of the games that I'm excited for this year, for the remainder that is of the fall and holiday season of 2019, I want you guys to do the same. So please feel free to join me in the comments below, guys. Have a discussion and leave some comments of the games that you're going to be playing. What are you looking forward to playing in September, October, November, and December respectively? Are you looking forward to the games that I am, or do you not care about some of them? Which games are you actually planning on picking up the most? Which games did I miss, and why should I care about them? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below, guys. And hey, be sure to leave me a like on this video if you enjoyed it. If you like content like this, if you think you might like me and want to see some more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button and maybe ring the bell while you're there so you guys can stay up to date. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed your time here, and I will see you guys all in the next video.